What's up, guys? I'm back with another video. Today I think I got something special for you guys. So as you guys know, I've been working on the Belair for a while, doing a lot of custom stuff, and today is no different. So I got a little plan in store for interior wise, and I'm starting to finally put it in action. As you guys know, I haven't had door panels for the longest time. The Belair is covered up right now, by the way, but I have not had door panels for the longest time since I started working on this car. And as you guys can tell over here, I have some door panels, but we're not using these. And the reason being, I do not like the old style how they always use cardboard. I don't like it, never been a fan of it. It's just too flimsy. If it get wet, it starts crumbling, starts molding, doing all of that stuff. So I had a better idea of actually using aluminum. At first it was aluminum, but aluminum is expensive. So this is what we got right here, and this is actually steel. Now I know what you guys are thinking, this might be a little heavy, whatever. For one, this is 18 gauge sheet metal. It's not gonna be super heavy. You know, I carried this in just fine. Now of course it's gonna add a little bit of weight, but I'm not too worried about weight in this car. You know, it's what, I think 3,300 pounds from the factory or something like that. So it's, for a 17-foot car, 18-foot car, whatever, relatively light. But anyway, so there's some 18 gauge sheet metal that I got. I'm actually gonna use these as a template because I'm gonna make my own. I have new leather, new upholstery leather. I'm just gonna pretty much use this to my advantage, because as you guys can tell, first of all, this is crusty, very crusty. The only piece I'm using out of here is going to be this metal piece right here, which should be no issue at all. And it sucks because one of them, this one in the back, is so crusty that that whole piece is just turned into dust. So somehow I gotta find another one of these metal pieces or make one. But nonetheless, there's gonna be another custom one-off piece that I'm doing. They're gonna look sort of factory, but yeah. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. So I want to show you guys the material I'm gonna use and the idea that I have behind this. So for one, as you can tell, all factory pieces have this chrome piece right there. I'm actually gonna either reuse that or make something just like that. But what I have, I'm gonna do black down here for this bottom portion, and then silver up here. Now the black just came in about 10 minutes ago, and this is what I got. I think this is gonna look perfect for what I'm looking for. All right, and then the silver, let me show you guys. This is the silver. That matches the whole theme of the car. Right now, the car is black and silver, and this is gonna be no different. I think this is gonna look amazing. It's the perfect silver. It matches the engine bay perfectly. So yeah, the silver is gonna go up top. That floral black is gonna go on the bottom. I already put black carpet in the car, so the next big thing after this is just gonna be the seats. So yeah, slowly getting that interior done, but I think it's gonna look great. So let's just start getting a look at what the sheet metal looks like and how the template is gonna fit. Take a look at this sheet metal. Perfect. This is a 24 by 36 inch piece of sheet metal. Should work for exactly what I'm looking for. I took my measurements. That door panel should fit on here perfect. Too good, bro. I'm too good at this. I'm too good at this. Look at that. Actually, a perfect fit. That was a perfect fit. Look at that. Got a little bit hanging off the edge. I told you guys. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Now, I have to go get some spray adhesive for this and this. And another thing I have to do, I really want to POR 15 these panels beforehand because I don't want them to rust, obviously. That's why I wanted aluminum, but the aluminum ones are super expensive. And just in case if I actually needed to weld on them, I know this piece is steel and I couldn't obviously weld steel and aluminum together. So that's why I got steel. But this is actually gonna be probably better than I thought. Three. That's done. Now, obviously this is a rough cutout, but nonetheless, this should fit on there, like the holes and everything, and we can see what we need to shape up from here. I know it might be a little difficult to see, but pretty much the whole thing lines up. One thing I did have to do, I had to re-drill this hole because apparently I had it in the wrong spot, but it's all good. I know how to fix this, so I'm not worried about it. You know, there's a slight curvature, either that or this panel is slightly warped from the heat from grinding, but it's 18 gauge sheet metal, so I'm not worried about it. But yeah, everything is gonna go as planned. Probably drill out that hole just a tad and drill out this these holes just ever so slightly, clean up the edges a decent amount, and yeah, I think that'll be fine. Yeah, let's go ahead and get started on that. All right, so this is what we're at right now. Nice straight edge, straight line. It's definitely fitting a lot better. What I'm planning on doing next, honestly, probably trying to get it perfect. I think this edge needs a little bit more of a contour. There's a slight little curve that's supposed to go in there. And then after that, probably is going to be trying to POR 15 this whole panel right here, because that's what is going on here, so it doesn't rust. But one thing I have to think about is how this thing is going to go on there. I could just use some self tappers and just, you know, through the door, but I'm not sure how that's going to affect the look of the door. I want it to look good. You know, I almost want it to look factory. Now I don't really want those holes, just some like self-tapping bolts, you know, popping up through there. And if I did do that, it will only be a few of them around the edge, but still, you know, I don't want that look. Worst case, I'll do that, but use some like cosmetic Allen key bolts that actually look good. Like, I know you guys probably seen like engine bay bolts or something like that. I might use something like that instead. But that's like a worst case. Best case, I figure out how to get this thing on here without having to drill through it like that. So we'll see. We'll do some more research, but I'll get back with you guys tomorrow. See you. All right, guys, I'm back today again working on this door panel. Once I get one of them, the other side is going to be a lot easier, so I'm not too worried about it. But for right now, I actually have been kind of grinding and doing a little bit more test fitting on it. And what I'm actually about to do now is grab this door panel, and I'm actually going to take the little metal section out of it, because I'm going to use that so it can curve onto the rest of the door panel. So probably going to end up just having to cut it out, no big deal. And yeah, probably do a little bit of sanding on it because it got some surface rust on it, and just call it a day there. Here's the other door panel for the passenger. There's the driver's side one, even though they're really both the same. This is the passenger side top rail. So I have this one first and I already have it cut out. So I just decided to go with this one. With that being said, I already test fitted in there, try to see where this rail is gonna go. And what I'm gonna do, I'm actually gonna tack that thing on here. So I don't have to do nothing crazy. Not really have to bind it together like some super difficult way. I'm just gonna tag it together. They're both metal, both the same type of metal. So I was like, why not? This is gonna be a permanent solution anyway, so might as well just get on with it. So basically it's gonna sit like right on this line, just about like that. And yeah, that's how it's gonna go. With that being said, this whole thing, once I tack this thing on there, test fit it, see how it goes, I'm gonna POR 15 the whole thing as well to make sure it does not rust, because I don't know if you guys can see, but just from being a little wet rainy day, there's already some surface rust. So we're gonna take care of that and nip that in the bud with the POR 15. All right, so don't mind the lighting. Like I said, I'm doing this all at night, but this is what it's looking like so far. I actually really like it. It's fitting really well. Next main thing I'm gonna have to do, I'll probably end up drilling these holes out just a little bit more, so I make sure it's not gonna have any issues with that. But honestly, it's coming out really nice. Nice and rainy day out here. Here's the door panel. I POR 15 the whole thing. You can kind of see where the little plastic was from the holes. I didn't want it dripping all over the floor. I'm not too worried about all that. Shouldn't really show. But I did front and back, both sides. Looks really good. So now it's time for me to put the felt. I'm gonna put felt on here and then the little leather, but it's time for me to put the felt on here. And what I actually have to do, I have to iron it out to make sure it's flat, and I'm probably gonna put it through the front and the back so it has a little bit of sound deadening qualities to it, and so it also don't have these edges ripped through the leather anytime soon. And yeah, that's where we about to start off right now. All right, now that I ironed that thing out, what I'm about to do now, basically, I'm gonna put this over here, just like that. Fold it against that edge. You know, I want it to basically cover that whole thing up. So what I'm about to do, I got some spray adhesive right here. I'm gonna spray the whole thing down. Whew. It ain't no going back now, you know. This looking out weird, man. All right. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee, ooh-wee. See, I'm messed up. I feel like this is gonna be enough right here. All right. Now that I did that piece, it's time to put this black leather on here. Pretty much gonna sit in here. Just about like this. So now, what I'm about to do, all right, so now I just cut out the silver and we have it right here. What I'm about to do, use the spray and spray the whole thing. Just like anything's small. All right, so he's yeah. See that? Yeah, a little bit tough. Yeah, that's it. Just want to be so you can get it. Okay, okay. Some more glue. I've had this in my hand for about a year. All right. So, just got back off work again, and here is so far the product that we have. All right, and I actually think this looks really good. Don't mind these little dimples and stuff I was messing with. The trim or the door panels and stuff, how that's gonna go. So that's why the little holes are there. Don't mind that. Anyway, this is what we got so far. I actually really like it. This piece, this is not the factory piece. It's actually a piece of hold on, let me grab it for you. Piece of like plastic trim that's chrome that sticks on there. I have the original and I don't like the way it fits. You can kind of see the edges of it a little bit. So I'm not too crazy of a fan of that. But yeah, I actually think this looks really good. I do have to finish gluing down this piece and finish that up. And what we're gonna end up having to do, we're gonna have to put down some of these to bolt the door down, which, yeah, it kind of sucks because it hinders the look of the door. But with my skill set and the tools that I have, it's not too much more I can do. So with that being said, this is the plan for these. Probably like one in the middle, two on this side, and then boom, 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 Boom. Something like that. It's gonna go something like this. And that'll be the total look of that, with the door panels, the door handles, and all that stuff. Still contemplating if I should put the cup holders on there, but I don't know yet, so we'll see. By the way, I actually got an industrial stapler that I borrowed from somebody, and that makes the corners and stuff a lot easier. I did mess up and cut this piece, which I really shouldn't have, but we'll see if we can try to fix that real quick before I finish up the rest of this leather. I apologize for all the nighttime videos. It's the only time I can really get stuff done because I get off work so late. Hopefully that changes kind of soon, but this is what it looks like. I'm actually really proud of this. It looks really good. The only things that I have to do, I have to go get longer bolts, right? Because you see I put one of these on. I gotta go get 2 longer ones for these because of where I drilled them at. And also this one right here, it fits in, but where it's positioned, there's I'm not able to get to it, to the actual little spline. I don't want to mess it up too much, but most of my room is at the bottom right down here, so it's kind of not letting me get to it, so I'm gonna have to drill this out a little bit more. But other than that, honestly, everything else is good. I gotta double check. I'm pretty sure this one's good, but you know, have to go ahead and look. Have to make sure. Yeah, that works fine. And let me see, put this door handle on just to show you guys what it's gonna look like. Boom. Looks just like factory, but with a new color. New 2 colors actually. And yeah, another thing I'm gonna have to do, this roof don't necessarily match. Eventually I'm gonna have to paint this, so stay tuned for that as well. Probably change out that little dim light right there. Got a lot of little plans for this thing, interior wise. But yeah, so let me go ahead, fix these little pieces. Have to go get longer bolts, and that'll be this one done, and then it's just on to the next. All right guys, I'm not trying to waste you guys' time, so what I'm doing now, I'm basically doing everything I did times 3. All right guys, it's been a couple days since I've been getting them all in order, but here they are before I put them on the door. I'm actually going to relay the silver for this one, because I guess the glue didn't stick as well on this one, and so I'm not going to record that because you guys seen the whole process already. But all the other ones are tight, nice, and finished. So yeah, next part of the video you guys will see is this thing actually on the door and seeing how it looks. All right, so I'm not going to show you guys yet, but I actually really do like the way these things look. The only thing that I don't like so far is how much heavier they make the doors. So I'm guessing this is probably just gonna be a prototype, just because I don't like how heavy they are, and I might try to find a different material to make them out of eventually. But for now, I think these will do just fine. And this is what they are looking like. I am truly happy with the way this turned out. Now I gotta add 2 more of these on this one, on this door panel, and I'm actually about to have to go drive to go get some more clips for the actual knobs and stuff. Sorry. So for the actual knobs, I'm actually about to have to go get some more clips. They go with the theme of the car perfect. Look at that. And I got these engine bay bolts that go on there. And like I said, the only thing I don't like about them is how heavy they make the door feel. Yeah, for sure a lot quieter in here. Alright, sorry for it being a little dark. I'm really just trying to get this done and trying to get this video put out for you guys. So here she is, all four done. Now, like I said, I have to go get the armrest for the back, but there's no problem drilling a few holes, 2 holes each door, and adding those. I think it looks really good. Everything works just fine, you know. Everything works as it should, and it was actually relatively easy to do this. Now, like I said, the only downside that I don't like with this is the doors are a bit heavy, in my opinion. Now some people might not care because these are old cars anyway, and I'll tell you that these things will pretty much never rust. I got the POR 15 on them and everything, so everything checks out exactly how I wanted it to. Like I said, the only thing just a tad bit heavy, but it sounds good in there. It deadens a lot of the wind noise and everything that I was having at the beginning, and I actually really like the way it looks. Now I just have to finish up pretty much the rest of the interior, and you'll get the complete look of the car. Appreciate you guys watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I still have a lot of big things coming up. Waiting on parts for one thing. That will be the next video I'll put out for you guys. And yeah, so honestly, it's not very much left for me to say, so till next time.